I want to tell you about someone. Call her Maya. She's a composite of a few people I've come across, not any one real person. Maya was sharp, self-aware, the kind of person who could diagnose exactly what went wrong in every relationship she'd ever had. And she kept ending up with people who disappeared the moment things got real. Maya isn't unusual. If you've ever explained a relationship to a friend with total clarity, while the exact same thing was quietly happening to you at the same time, this video is about why that keeps happening and what actually breaks the cycle, not the surface explanation, the mechanism underneath it. There are 5 reasons. 2 of them are about how your mind works. 2 are about what that makes you vulnerable to. And the last one is the only thing that actually stops the pattern, not choosing better, but something more specific than that. Reason 1. You fall for potential, not people. There's a name for this in relationship psychology: potential-based attraction. Here's the mechanism. When you meet someone and catch one genuine flash of depth, one real conversation, one moment where they surprised you, your mind doesn't file that as a moment. It files it as evidence of who they could be. Maya described this exactly. Her ex, a few months in, sat with her for hours after a hard week and said the right thing at the right time. She spent the next year waiting for that person to show up again. He rarely did. She wasn't wrong about what she saw. She was wrong about how often it would return. Reason 2. Inconsistency is a puzzle your brain can't put down. This one has an actual name. Psychologists call it intermittent reinforcement, and it's the same mechanism that makes slot machines addictive. Consistent reward, your brain stops paying attention to it. Unpredictable reward, sometimes warm, sometimes cold, keeps your brain checking, hoping, tracking. It's not weakness. It's the exact same wiring casinos are built around, just running on a person instead of a machine. Reason 3. Your empathy gets used as evidence. You can trace behavior back to its root. The fear under the anger, the wound under the coldness. That's a real skill, but it has a cost. Understanding why someone hurt you can quietly turn into a reason to stay, because leaving starts to feel like abandoning someone you understand, instead of protecting someone you don't owe an explanation to. We're at the midpoint. The first 3 explain the trap. The next 2 explain why it's specifically people who think carefully who fall into it, and what to actually do differently, not just notice it. Reason 4. Being understood and being loved register the same way. This is the part most people never get told directly. For someone who rarely feels truly met in conversation, the feeling of finally being understood and the feeling of falling for someone are processed almost identically. That's not a metaphor. It's why a good listener and a good manipulator can produce the exact same physical response in you in the first few weeks. The feeling is real. It just isn't proof of anything about the other person yet. Reason 5. The fix isn't healing. It's a specific test. The advice that actually helped Maya wasn't love yourself first. It was concrete. Wait through one full negative event with someone before deciding they're exceptional, not a grand gesture, a canceled plan, a disagreement, an ordinary bad day. How someone behaves in the unremarkable moment is the actual data. That one great night early on was real, but it was one data point, not a verdict. If you've done this, built a whole read on someone from their best 5 minutes, that's not a flaw in you. It's a data problem, and it has a data solution. Wait for the ordinary day before you decide. If this was useful, I'd rather hear the specific situation than a general reaction. Drop it in the comments and I'll actually respond to a few next week.